What's going up, everybody? It's Teeny the Great, and I'm back for another Write With Me Wednesday. So I'm feeling really good today. Just woke up and decided today's gonna be an amazing day. And so far, it has been. It's like 9 o'clock, and I'm gonna get to writing. I thought I was gonna write a little bit later, but I'd rather do it now and get it out of the way so I could relax before I have to go to work. But yeah, I'm just gonna listen to The Doors and get some writing done on my laptop. I think I have maybe like three pages left in this chapter, somewhere around there, but I'm kind of like right in the middle of it, so I'm halfway done. So I think I'm still on the schedule of writing a chapter every week and a half, and I think what I'm gonna do this week is miss my deadline on purpose. So I wanted to get it done today, but I think I'm gonna make it go out until Sunday. That way I just get on the Sunday deadline and it lines up, so then next week it starts on Sunday and I could just go from there. And eventually I'm going to have my filming linked up to that, where I'm just filming one chapter every single time. And yeah, but this one's going to be a little bit scattered, probably going to go until Sunday. Yeah, and then I'll end the video. So only a few days of writing, but I am trying to do the filming every time I write. So right now I'm just going to listen to The Doors, which I haven't ever really listened to them. Like, I've heard their songs when other people play it, and I like it. So I thought I would get into that. Always something, you know, it's always interesting to get into something new, and music's a great way to do that. So I'm going to do that and just write for probably about an hour and see how much I get done.
Tell all the people that you see, follow me down. Tell all the people that you see, set them free, follow me down.
Okay, so I just wrote for a little less than an hour, but I got a page and a half written, and I feel like this is a good stopping point in the story. But yeah, I think for this, since this is the second draft, I kind of already know the storyline, but there's some things that I definitely want to change about how I wrote it, and one of those is just really describing the emotions of the characters more. I think I did that in certain parts in the first draft, but I'm really trying to do that now. But it's also a mix of, you know, when you're writing a story, you're creating people, you're creating lives, and you're really just creating a whole world and people, and you have to make sure that what they're doing is realistic and how they're feeling is realistic. And really, you just have to make it really believable so that people can get invested into the story. And it's kind of hard, but it's also a really fun challenge, and I like doing it. Just trying to create something really raw and emotional, but also not cliche. So that's what I'm trying to do, and I just finished up a scene where I didn't have it in the first draft, but I really just I used it to show the emotion of one of the characters. So, and just show like what they're going through and what they're feeling. Because it's always better to show the reader something than tell them. I could say, oh, the reader's really angry right now, or the character's really angry right now. Or I could show like an outburst of rage or something, and that's a little bit better. But I'm going to call it here and probably just continue filming tomorrow. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, so it is Thursday. I forgot what day it is. It's Thursday, it's about 9 o'clock at night. I had to work all day. Also, I'm sorry for the autofocus. I'm still trying to get used to this camera, and before it was just like a simple button. You could autofocus or manual focus, and I just can't seem to get the autofocus to go away, and it just keeps going like that, and it's so hard to watch, and I'm so sorry. Hopefully I figured it out. If it's doing that right now, then obviously I didn't figure it out. But it's pretty late. I'm tired. I'm just gonna write for about an hour, and yeah, work was good. It was a good day, but now I'm just gonna get to writing.
people that you see. Follow me. Follow me down. Tell all the people that you see. Set them free.
Okay, so I just wrote for a little bit. I just had to like fill in some more detail in this chapter that I'm writing, and I finished up the chapter, so that's awesome. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna start. Well, I guess I finished up the chapter, but I still have a story to write this week, so I'll do that tomorrow. So this video is not over yet, but yeah. So the next thing you'll see is me writing that story. But yeah, I feel like for me, one thing I'm really focusing on in this novel is character development and making sure that my characters are dynamic, because I feel like I write static characters a lot. I usually write a lot shorter works. Like my fiction stories are usually like 2 to 4 pages. So there's not a whole lot of room for dynamic characters, but with this, I mean, it's absolutely necessary to have dynamic characters in a novel. So I'm really working on that. It's challenging me, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. And for me, just keeping in mind, like, every single scene and every single action has to have a meaning. Like, it can't just be a filler. It has to, those people have to do stuff for a reason. This has to happen for a reason. It has to have some impact on the story. So I'm having a lot of fun with that, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow when I write that story. Alright guys, so it is Friday morning. It is 8 o'clock. I just woke up, having some coffee, but I thought I would write my story today because I haven't written it this week, and I finished the chapter I was working on yesterday. So, lately I've been writing some really weird fucking stories, and that's awesome. I fucking love doing it, but it's hard to get those published. Like, I don't even have places to submit those because a lot of places are like no sci-fi. And even the places that want sci-fi and different weird shit like that, they want like good finished stories from beginning to end. There's a story plot, a beginning, a middle, and an end, a resolution, dynamic characters, a big meaning. Like, they want like a good story, just sci-fi. And what I've been writing lately is almost just like weird shit that pops into my head. It's not exactly a fiction story. So like, oops, shook the camera, sorry. Like, just weird stuff where it's like almost like a stream of consciousness, or just a weird thought that pops into my head and I expand on that thought, or like a weird situation, but not exactly a story. So today I'm gonna write an actual story, and it's not gonna be sci-fi. It's gonna kind of be somewhat normal, so maybe it'll be a little bit easier to find somewhere to submit it to and hopefully get published. But yeah, early morning after work today, but I'm just gonna bust out this story. It'll probably go pretty quick, so I'm just gonna get into it. So the story I'm writing about right now, this person was driving home from work at night and almost hit a dog in the street, and they're faced with a moral decision to make. Either they keep driving and hope the dog makes it home okay or makes it out of the street okay, or they go back and take the dog to its rightful owner. And I like stories where a decision has to be made and a character has to reflect on their own values. I got this idea because one night I was driving home from work, and I live out in the countryside, and when I drive home from work, there's about, I don't know, a 15-minute stretch. I don't know how many miles. It's a good portion of my drive that's just a country road out in these, like, farmlands and ranch lands and stuff. And one night I was passing one of the plots, and I saw a cow there. I see cows every day. There's tons of them. But it was moving its head up and down and like really fast, and I was like, that's strange. And when I passed it, I saw that this cow had his neck stuck in some power lines that were attached to the ground, and he was trying to get out of them. And I passed by, but I slowed down. And usually right there's a cop sitting there checking for speeds and stuff like that. But there was no cop there. I was gonna pull over and like tell the cop, oh hey, this cow is stuck, but there was no cop, so I just kept driving. But the whole rest of the way home, I was just thinking like, man, should I go back and help the cow? Because I was faced with, okay, the cow needs my help. It's gonna be stuck there until someone helps it. Or, you know, maybe I'm not the right person to help the cow because I don't know if the fence is electric. I don't know if the cow could be dangerous. If I get close enough to like push his head through, is he gonna, you know, kick me or something? I don't know. So I actually ended up just driving home. But until the next day when I passed that spot and saw that the cow was free and no one, like there was no cow stuck in the lines anymore. Until that time I was just like stressing and worried, and I was just like guilty. I was like, I should have helped. I should have just pulled over and helped. So luckily I think the cow was alright because I didn't see, you know, early the next morning I didn't see the cow still there. But yeah, that's kind of what sparked this little story, and I thought a dog was a little bit more relatable than a cow. Alright, so I finished that story. It's just a really short story, like most of my short stories are, just about 4 pages long. But I really like the way it turned out. I definitely think it's more mainstream, like the genre is at least. But, so maybe I'll at least find somewhere to submit it. I don't know if it'll get published or not. But the end of it, so the character did decide to go back and take the dog home and, like, return it to its rightful owner. And at the end, the person gets to the dog's house that was on the address, on the collar. And the owner's, like, a real mean person and, like, pushes the dog inside and is not even grateful that the dog is home. And so the character is struck with, okay, well, I did the right thing, but the result didn't turn out like I wanted to. And I didn't know I was going to take the story that direction. It just happened. I just wrote it, and that's what came to me. And I really like that because sometimes in life, you are faced with moral decisions, and you can either make a decision or not make a decision, or make a decision to do the right thing or to either do the wrong thing or pretty much do nothing at all. But even sometimes when you do the right thing, that doesn't mean you're going to get rewarded. It doesn't mean the result's going to turn out really nice. You know, the result could still end shitty, but that doesn't mean you did the wrong thing. You still did the right thing, and the results are out of your hand pretty much. And that's the conclusion I came to in the story, is that I did the right thing, or the character, it's in first person, so I'm going to say I did the right thing, but, you know, the end didn't turn out like I wanted it to, but I could do nothing more, and I did all I could do. So that's kind of what I came to in this story, but I'm going to end this video here because the chapter I wrote this week is finished and the story I wrote this week is finished. So I'll see you guys on Sunday when I start the next chapter, but I definitely enjoyed this, and I think I'm getting a lot more work done now. Like, giving myself a specific time that I'm going to write really keeps me on track, so I think I could get a chapter done a week now as long as I stick to that, but once I start doing it a lot, it's going to become routine and be a lot easier. But yeah, I had a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay motivated, stay inspired, and stay happy. See ya.
Follow me down. Tell all the people that you see.